President Archuleta, would you please come forward?
Good afternoon, graduating class of 2011. I have the distinct pleasure this afternoon of introducing the 2011 valedictorian. Michelle Bauzon was born and raised in San Jose, California. She graduated with top honors from Independence High School in 2008 with a GPA 3.9 magna cum laude. At the age of 16, she began taking summer courses here at Evergreen Valley College to get a head start in her future career as a registered nurse. While she attended high school, she received a Grove Scholarship, and it allowed her to start her prerequisites in the nursing program. During her tenure at EVC, she was a member of the Honor Society, Phi Theta Kappa, and the Enlace program. Off campus, she volunteered extensively in skilled nursing facility by taking care of elders. She's an active member in the community, involved in organizing events for Filipino veterans who served in World War II. Also, she's involved with a culture-based sorority, Kappa Psi Epsilon, that focuses on academic achievement and women empowerment. In addition, she works in retail and is a tutor for autistic elementary school children. Aside from all these activities, she's passionate about fashion, shopping, and dancing hip-hop and jazz. Michelle is ambitious, outgoing, spontaneous, and most importantly, she is driven toward success. Today, Michelle is honored as the valedictorian for the graduating class of 2011, and she will begin the nursing program here at EVC next spring. She was accepted to other prestigious nursing programs at the University of San Francisco and San Francisco State University. However, she chose to continue with EVC because the nursing program truly prepares their students to be professional nurses. Michelle will continue to prosper with her career path and serve as a mentor to guide the youth in their educational endeavors. Please, let's honor Michelle Bauzon.
Thank you, Vice President Archuleta. I'd like to take a moment to welcome family, friends, faculty, and fellow graduates. I'm truly honored to be speaking here today as a valedictorian of Evergreen Valley College. Many of us have come from different paths and experiences in life. However, one thing I can say for sure is that we all share a common denominator, which is the drive and desire for success. Today, I'd like to take a moment to share my story and the many challenges and obstacles I've faced toward success. I once had a teacher who was frustrated by the many tales of woe she encountered in essays she graded and scholarship applications she reviewed. One day, she announced if she won the lottery, she would award scholarships to students who struggled financially and who are from families who didn't do anything wrong and instead tried to do everything right. Professor Betters once said, "The person who gets my attention would be the one who doesn't have a mom with a drug addiction problem or a dad in jail. The person who would get my attention would be the one who deals with everyday adversity, because adversity is not unique to any one individual and doesn't require extreme examples to illustrate how we surmount them." I wrote those words down because I felt she was speaking of students like you and me. Others must have as well, judging by the silence and the vigorous head nodding. There was a recognition in the room that if you had a family who stood by you, if you had parents who worked hard, if you struggled with grades and gave up parties to maintain them, if you tried to keep your life drama-free, if you followed the law and went to church, if you ended abusive relationships before they got out of control, if you did all of these things, tried to maintain a balance, and still had problems with finances and other resources, well, there were no resources for students like you. My story fits this mold. Real challenges, heartaches, disappointments? Yes. Drama, drugs, and abusive relationships? No. I was one of the lucky few who avoided the latter because my parents and family provide a solid stage upon which the challenges of life can play out in relative safety. My parents demonstrate through their courage, resilience, hard work, and sense of self that is needed to weather a storm. This doesn't come easily and must be practiced constantly. A positive outlook provides not just much needed shelter, but actually makes you sharper and more prepared for the next obstacles. An added bonus, and more important to society, is that a positive outlook affects the people around you, as my family's outlook has affected mine, and I'm sure as of yours. A positive outlook enables balance in my life. It brings the reins of extreme moments back in so you don't lose your sense of self. My path to this point started with a very clear memory of my first big challenge in life. I was a 4th grader and was considered in the 2nd grade reading and writing level in elementary school. I can recall the many parent-teacher conferences and the shame and frustration for me because it didn't seem like I was making any improvement. I was embarrassed and felt like an outcast. But my parents didn't give up. They really believed I could do better. I didn't know what that meant, but I knew it was the truth and I clung on to it. I also followed the example of my sister, who demonstrated that hard work is necessary to accelerate this process. You cannot just wait for success to happen. And you know what? I did do better after many years. This event has pushed me to become a registered nurse and has made me compassionate toward helping people. Many of you may not know, my mother is also a registered nurse. It is the example of her life and how she helps others that is a continuous source of inspiration. As you all know, inspiration comes with hard work as well. During this time, I went through some rough patches in high school where I wanted to party and hang out with friends, like many of you. I quickly realized that in order to gain my parents' trust and my sister's approval, I had to prove myself by maintaining my good grades. Again, this balance is achieved by staying positive, strong-minded, and focused on goals. Not only can I stay out late with my friends, not only can I pull all-nighters to study to get the best grade in the class, I can have both. Being able to balance school, work, social life, volunteer work, and physical fitness gave concrete meaning to my belief of living this precious life to its fullest. I can be a happy, well-adjusted social student who is also dead serious about achievement. Fellow graduates, if you have younger siblings, nieces, nephews, or kids of your own, words of advice would be start thinking about your future while you're young. I started to thinking about my future in the 7th grade and already had a goal in wanting to be a registered nurse. I remained focused on my goal and took an intensive elective career technical class called Health Occupations. I was a nurse's aide in the medical surgical unit at Regional Medical Center, which was pretty big stuff for a 16-year-old student in high school. I also received a Grove Scholarship during my sophomore year that gave me the opportunity to begin my college career at EVC. And now, I'm here honored as the valedictorian of this graduating class. I've been accepted into prestigious nursing schools, including my preference, EVC. I am a member of the Honor Society Phi Theta Kappa and Kappa Psi Epsilon, organizations of academic achievement and women's empowerment. In addition, I work as a tutor for elementary school students and autistic children who are far below their grade level. Children who are where I was and who are at this beginning of this grand struggle we call life. I know this sounds like a laundry list of things to do, but I think the most important part of this that many of you can share with me is that I kept myself focused and kept myself going. And most of all, I kept the balance. I hope my positive outlook will be an example to them. And I hope the smiles I give as a nurse continue to give solace and comfort to the people struggling with health. Fellow graduates, the hard work doesn't stop here. Life has many challenges that many of you can relate. Currently, my father has been out of work for a while, and my mother has health issues that have restricted her work time. All this is putting a lot of stress on the family, But through it all, we persevere. And this perseverance can only be maintained by a realization that things will return to balance through hard work, a strong spiritual core, focus, and determination, and lots of love. Graduates, I want to give you a few words that you should repeat to yourself every day. I am a dreamer, and I work on turning my dreams into reality. I always keep my eye on the goal that I am passionate about. I constantly paint the picture of what I want and feel strong emotions about it. I love and enjoy sharing my dreams with those people I love. Through this, I believe I inspire people around me to start building their dreams and aspirations. Above all, I believe in the power of prayer, having the faith that there is a guiding force through this journey and giving me courage and hope. Everything is going to be all right. I want to give my heartfelt thanks to my parents for giving me the opportunity to aim higher and for giving me the freedom of choice. My sister for being supportive, my inang grandma for encouraging and motivating me to finish school, to my health occupations teacher from high school, Miss Betters, for being my cheerleader through all my accomplishments, to my enlace counselor, Miss Burton, for her guidance and motivation, to my peace sisters and friends for accepting who I've become and for always being there for me unconditionally. To my fellow graduates, I'd like to go back to the story that I began my speech with. If I won the lottery, my money would go to young minds who don't have the finances and resources, immigrants who don't have the means of vehicle to the educational success, students with disabilities who are faced with challenges because of their disability, students who come from at-risk homes, and everyday college students who just simply want to succeed. So I have some final words to say to my fellow graduates. I wish each of you health, strength, prosperity, and happiness now and in the future. Congratulations to all. Thank you and best wishes.